Regular amounts of rice.
This guy's nickname is Nago Nukes, and now we know why.
Hey, I barely get rice. I get like half a scoop of rice, and I'm like, give me like 3 scoops of beans, and I'm like stingy about it, you know? Hey yo, welcome back to another episode. In today's episode, we're going to be discussing all about Dylan over here. Hello, my name is Brendan Nago.
I'm Colin.
And I'm Dylan Learid.
Today we will have
Firstly, Dylan, can you introduce yourself a little bit? Like, why are you on here, and what do you do?
Yeah, so I play football, and I'm committed to Cornell, and they invited me to come on here and talk about Ivy League recruiting. And I know Brandon's inspiring for that, so it'll be a good podcast for him.
Yes, indeed. Oh, he's also aiming big too.
What do you think is important about what viewers should know about Ivy League recruiting?
Yeah, I think some of the main things are definitely like grades, obviously because it's Ivy League. So like a lot of athletes, I feel like neglect grades and just in general, and especially if you want to like be an athlete in the Ivy Leagues, you have to keep like a pretty high GPA and take a good amount of APs, which is like different than, let's say you're like committing to like UW or WSU, where they kind of like take, if you have like over.
Are you dissing on those schools right now?
No, I'm not dissing. It's just different.
What are you doing, Dylan?
I mean, they're like their sports are better, but it's just like a different type of athlete. I feel like that's why it's like harder. Well, in a way, it's like they have less people to recruit, so it's like harder for the schools actually, because like basically like any kid under a 3.7 GPA is just like cut. Like they can't really even recruit them.
I mean, there's a lot of like if you have to do a bunch of AP classes, right? It's gonna take a lot of time. How are you able to balance with athletics as well?
Yeah, that's a good question. I feel like ever since freshman year, I got really good at time management, because if you're like wasting time during your day, then it's gonna like catch up to you. So in my like free classes, I'm always doing my homework, and I basically study whenever I have free time, and then instead of like leaving to last minute, because if you're like an athlete taking a lot of APs and you procrastinate, you're cooked.
Wait, like, so no doom scrolling, right? You delete all social media, right?
I still have my fair share of doom scrolling. But
very disciplined.
Especially this year, like senior year, I'm a lot more free than before, so I kind of doom scroll now.
Okay. Anyways, Dylan, what's your experience with football and on the field? Like, what's required from there, and what have you done?
Yeah. Football is definitely super demanding. I think it's a lot, in my opinion, it's probably more like physically demanding than baseball per se, and like maybe mentally, because I play both, so I think I have like good perspective. And like for example, practices are just generally longer. Like ours are almost like 3 hours every time, and the mental aspect of it, because there's just like so many plays you have to memorize, and you're always studying and watching film. And I think one of the benefits of football for sure is like the brotherhood that comes out of it, because you're basically on a team with 60 guys and you're doing like everything together. Everyone's just as tired as you are, and you kind of like build a bond with everyone, because like if you're doing something really tough and you look to your left and right and your friends are doing the exact same thing and they're just as tired, it kind of like gives you motivation to push further. And when you complete the task together, it just builds like a bond. I think like football is one of like the few sports that like really teaches brotherhood and kind of perseverance in like a level that I just think other sports can't even like touch.
What's your position, and like how does the recruiting process work specifically for your position? Because there's a lot of positional variance in recruiting, and how does that work in football and like other sports, if you have experience with that?
Yeah. So I play receiver for football, and I guess for recruiting for that, it's mainly like 7-on-7 film. So pretty much just like running routes against defenses. You can do like one-on-ones, a lot of film of that. And I pretty much just sent my film out to like all the coaches, and I basically, a couple of them responded, and then we got on phone calls. And then from there, that's how I got my offer. And also, I guess, do you want me to talk about baseball a little bit?
Yeah, you
so I play outfield in baseball, and I was also like kind of getting recruited for baseball at the same time, like that same summer. And I was mainly getting recruited by like NYU. So I was talking to them a good amount, and I took a visit there, but I personally didn't really like the school. Like I was in the city and there was no campus. So I kind of like decided to take a leap of faith, and instead of, because it was kind of like my main one that I liked. So instead of like, I just decided to play football and see how it played out, and it worked out really well. So I think it's another lesson where you never really know like where you're going to end up. And a lot of times unexpected good things happen if you just take a leap of faith.
You do any camps and like what about like showcases and that type of stuff?
For baseball, I definitely did camps. I did show ball in Boston, which was good. You know about that one?
Yeah, I know show ball.
Yeah, so that's where I got in contact with NYU.
Basically, they just bring every like Ivy League and all these academic oriented schools there, and all the coaches just go there and they watch you play, and you probably get like 3 at bats, something like that.
Yeah. And then for football, I didn't actually really do any camps. I pretty much, the nice thing with football is you can just send your film. Unlike baseball, where like they kind of need to see you in person. In football, they kind of you can just send your film, and most people just get offers off that.
Wait, why would you need to see in person for baseball?
Because for baseball, at least what they say is like for let's say you're facing like 70 miles an hour, like, and you just hit like doubles or really good hits every time in baseball. Like the coaches can't really base off that, so they have to like see who you're playing against. Like they want to see you face good arms. But for football, like high school is all like pretty much generally the same in the country. So it's like if you're doing good at the high school level in football, like they can tell off film, I think. But they probably might still want to see you in person for some schools.
Like, why did you choose to play 2 sports?
Yeah. I've always played a bunch of sports growing up. I played pretty much all of them. I played basketball. Freshman year I played basketball as well. And I decided to quit that to focus on baseball. And then I did actually decide to only play baseball for a year, but I just like love football so much it drew me back to it. So I think it's one of those things where you can choose to play one sport and just focus on it, but if like that's not where your heart desires, it's kind of hard. And like for me, my heart was like nagging at football, and I really wanted to play again. So obviously, when you play 2 sports, you can kind of lack in the off season. For example, like when I was playing football, other kids were training for baseball the whole season. But I think high school is all about kind of just having fun. And usually, if you're having fun and just kind of focusing on your work, you'll have a good experience.
Yeah. Like what type of like physicality and like training work specifically do you do for like football, and how like you said like there are like 3 hours practice, right?
Yeah.
But what do you do during the off season?
Yeah.
And how's your
I can walk you through my week right now. So Monday, so let's start like I lift 4 days a week, and I do upper like lower split, which is what the like Cornell put me on. And so I do that 4 days a week, and then I get field work in 3 days a week, which means like I go to the field, like work on routes and footwork, specific stuff like that. And then like Mondays and Thursdays I work out this like, it's kind of like a football specific place, and I go with some of my friends also on the team, and we go there, and it's kind of more for like injuries, like they prevent injuries and teaching you like mobility and stuff like that. And then on Sundays I work out with a receiver coach. So honestly, like in the off season, it's almost just as busy as in season. Like it's kind of crazy, but it's obviously you don't have team practice. So like when I lift, it's only like an hour or an hour and a half. So it's a lot, like it's the same amount of days, but it's a lot less time.
What would you say was like what caused your success? Like what put you above others?
I think it's honestly like off season. Like it's the people who put the work in the off season are going to get it out in the season, because like a lot of times, like I forgot what the quote is, but something like talent beats hard work, or no, hard work beats talent when like talent doesn't work hard or something like that.
Yeah.
So it's like the people that like work hard, like let's say you go like to the field like 3 times, like that's not going to do anything. But if you go 3 times for like 3 times a week for like 5 months, it's going to do a lot, and you're going to slowly see, and then all of a sudden it's going to pop out. Like Brandon, you can probably touch on that for baseball, right? What is your experience?
Yeah.
Hitting the cages and stuff.
Yeah, if you're like slacking during the off season, you're gonna like have a very mediocre season, right? But if you're like, you need a good solid lifting program, and you need to be taking constant hacks. And I guess fielding you can refine a little bit closer to this season, but still you want to be out there working on. I'm an infielder, working on like dirt ground balls and stuff. But I know the catchers, they're really putting in work. Like if they don't take multiple bullpens during the off season, they're going to get passed in defensive skills and stuff, right?
Do you take creatine? I'm just curious.
I took it for a while, but honestly, I found that apparently if you take a certain amount of beef, you get the same amount of creatine, and your body can only take a certain amount of creatine in terms of how much it's just physically capable of processing. What about you? Do you take creatine?
I take creatine.
Yeah, nice.
That's what set me apart. No, I'm just kidding.
yeah. You take whey protein. How many protein shakes a day do you drink? Yeah,
I drink like one or 2 protein shakes a day, I would say.
That's a lot.
Wait, walk us through a daily day of eating. Like, what do you do?
I can walk you through my day of eating. So I I'm like in a calorie surplus right now, so I'm like trying to gain weight. I'm usually like 500 calorie surplus, so I'm eating about like 3,500 calories every day. And I guess for breakfast, I usually have like 3 or 4 eggs, like 3 or 4 sausages, and usually like avocado toast or something. And I'll have like, I always have the same snack at school. It's nuts and like dried mangoes. And then for lunch, I'll either like go home and it's like some sort of like ground beef and rice or like some sort of stew with beef. It's always something like that. After school, pretty much either the same thing or I'll get like Chipotle. So it's like some sort of like pretty meaty carb like lunch. And then dinner, it's usually whatever my parents make. But I would say my family is pretty healthy. So we usually have like steak or like fish or chicken or something with a carbohydrate. And then usually have like a protein shake here or there. So I eat pretty good, I would say.
Hey, I mean, you said you go to Chipotle, so what's your order? You gotta walk us
my
through
Chipotle
that.
order, it's really basic, but it's good. So I go burrito, double white rice. Sometimes I make them give me 3 scoops if they're being stingy. Like I'll like sit there and watch them 3 scoop my rice. And then I'll go just double chicken, cheese, and guacamole. That's it. And the medium salsa. That's it.
It's nice.
Easy order. What's your Chipotle order?
I always got to go the barbacoa. I'm sorry. I also
Barbacoa. That's why your name Naga Nukes, huh?
yeah. Exactly. I always go double barbacoa, burrito, pico, corn, extra cheese, and then like there's this one lady that was very stingy in some like city that's like 5 minutes south of us.
What's it called?
Factoria. And I'd always get annoyed by that, so I'd be like, give me more beans. And then they'd be like,
you
it's
have
a
beans
burrito.
too? You have beans too, dude.
Yeah. Dude, I get like regular amounts of rice.
This guy's nickname is Naga Nukes, and now we know why.
Hey, I barely get rice. I get like half a scoop of rice, and I'm like, give me like 3 scoops of beans, and I'm like stingy about it,
It's a nasty ass order, bro.
Yeah.
Gonna keep it a buck. It's kind of gross. You get the bean juice on there too, or what?
Nah. Don't gotta be dissing me like that.
So you think how do you think the baseball season's gonna go? You think you're gonna start or what?
Yep. All league, right? Maybe it'll be only an honorable mention, but we're making all league, right?
Yep.
Why do you also all the hand movements?
Yeah, it's just a bad habit. We all have these tics, right? We gotta like show our
gets so
emotions,
stressed every time
our
we do this.
excitement, our excitement, right?
Does he normally act like this?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. Honestly,
One time, him and John Moss got in a fight during warm-ups.
Okay, we're not talking about that. Yeah, be quiet. We don't talk about that.
Yo, I see your dad at Bellevue Club a lot, but he never waves at me.
Yeah. That's not good.
He never waves at me.
I mean, wait. I thought he does. He always says he sees you, and he's like,
He never
oh yeah,
says anything.
and he's like, oh yeah, Dylan like went up to me and he's like, yo, what's good, Braden or something like that.
Braden?
Yeah.
What do you mean Braden?
That's my dad's name.
Oh. I didn't know that.
I searched it up. You said earlier about like you were looking at film. When you What was that?
Oh, so like when we play other teams, so like let's say we're playing like Mercer Allen or whatever, like we'll literally watch all their previous games that they played that season. Like and I say watch, it's like every single play, seeing what they do, like what type of tendencies they have. So when you basically already played the game against Mercer Allen like 5 times, because then by the time you play them and you see like a certain play, like you know what's happening.
Seems like a lot of time.
Yeah, it's a lot of time. I would say like probably like 30 minutes, maybe 30 minutes a day. If you do 30 minutes a day, it's pretty manageable, but yeah.
Hey, I mean, Bellevue lost all day, so what went wrong there? Can you walk us through that game? I know you probably watched that one like 5 times.
Yeah, I watched it a couple. I don't really know exactly like what went wrong per se. I think they kind of just like got our number. I mean, we beat them the year before, so I think they're a little bit angry. And then they just beat us.
So they watched more film than you?
Maybe. They took more creatine. more bean juice.
Okay. What's your supplements? Walk us through all your supplements.
All right. So I take a multivitamin, fish oil, and creatine like in the morning or like lunchtime, and then at night I take magnesium so I can sleep better and I don't get muscle cramps.
Oh yeah. Wait. Speaking of like muscle cramps,
that's my what's it called, supplement stack.
I saw you in like the athletics trainer's office a lot. You doing PT and stuff?
Oh, and Kinley's?
Yeah.
Just not even PT. I'm just like doing a pre-PT, so she gets me right, so like I don't get injured,
Yeah.
Because I'd rather be in there, not injured, instead of like not going in there and then getting injured and having to be in there injured.
Like, walk us through your thoughts on like injuries. Like, there's a guy, and maybe his name rhymes with Jack Warner.
I think injuries suck. I mean, I don't know. You can avoid them in a way, like if you like prepare, but sometimes they're just like unavoidable. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, they're unfortunate. It's just kind of like it's kind of like just the realm of sports. You can't really like do anything about it. It's just how it is. I personally have never had like too bad of an injury, so pretty blessed, but.
How did you recover from them faster then?
Like just in general?
Yeah.
I do like a lot of like I don't know what to even call it, like pre-PT. So it's like basically like a bunch of exercises that's supposed to make you stronger so you don't get injured. And that really helps me. And then I just started stretching a lot. I do a lot of like Epsom salt baths. So that like gets my muscles feeling good.
How many hours do you dedicate to sports? It sounds like a lot.
A week?
Yeah.
Let's see. I would estimate 3 hours a day, so 21 hours a week. Yeah.
What about you have to include like your routines and stuff, like you
yeah. Well, I say like in the off season, I would say 3 hours a day because I'm like working out an hour and a half, like stretching, doing all that stuff for like maybe like 45 minutes, and then just doing like whatever else for like I don't know, another like 30 minutes. So maybe in season. I mean, most of the time's on practice already, so it's not like that. It's pretty much the same, honestly. So I'd probably estimate 3 hours a day.
Wait, so how do you still have like a billion extracurriculars? This guy has like tons of like clubs. Like if there's a club at the school, he's probably in it or involved. He's also on leadership. How do you balance all of that?
I don't even know. It honestly comes kind of naturally. Like I said, time management's a really big thing. I think I'm really good at time management, and I don't know. I kind of like having a busy day because it's like, for example, like when I'm doing like if I have like a club, then I go work out and then I do this. Like someone else like could not do those and just go home and like scroll on TikTok. But like, yeah, they're gonna be less busy, but it's not like their days like easier or better. You know what I mean? Because like for me, like having a club or doing something, then working out and then coming home and like just not really having too much free time. Like it's fun for me. It's not. I don't like look at it as like pain and like chores. It's like it's all fun for me. You know what I mean?
Less room to procrastinate as well.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
If you have time, you tend to like procrastinate.
Yeah,
more.
and it's not like in the things I do, I enjoy. So it's not like I'm like just like slaving away all day. It's like I like going to finance club. I like being on leadership, and I love working out. So it's like fun for me. Some people like doom scrolling.
I mean, I also know you like doom scrolling. Can you explain us your experiences
My
on
experience
doom
with doom scrolling? I've had a love-hate relationship recently because I have been pro doom scrolling recently. I kind of doom scroll in class sometimes. It's definitely at home I doom scroll. But yeah, it's fun. You find some funny videos here and there. I'm a big doom scroller. So.
Mr. Lindsay taking away your phone.
Yeah, Mr. Lindsay took away my phone today, but he likes me secretly on the DL.
Oh yeah, he got it back to you before procedure, right?
No. He didn't take it for the day. He just took it till the end of the period.
Oh, that's nice.
He always does that, right?
Yeah. No. Sometimes he takes it for the day if he doesn't like you.
There's someone with calling Q. Maybe have Colin.
What?
The Colin, would he take it from you the entire day? If you had a phone, of course.
You don't have a phone?
I do.
How do you function, bro?
I do.
Let's see it.
I don't have it on me. I barely use it.
Yeah, I think you keep it at like home or something?
Basically.
So no doom scrolling for Colin.
Yeah.
Yeah, no doom scrolling.
I don't watch shorts at all.
Really?
Because shorts are designed to be bad for your
Yeah.
brain.
They're probably pretty bad for my brain.
Yeah, they're probably horrible.
They carry attention span.
Yeah.
They decimate it.
Hey, what about like snap streaks and stuff? Whenever I send this guy a snap, bro responds, right? Like,
yeah,
he's like instant. It's like instant, just like one snap,
on my phone,
notification.
Like, yeah, I mean, my phone's usually like near me, so if someone texts me, like I just respond. I don't get the people who don't respond because like you're not that busy, bro. I promise you can respond.
So you distracted during your workouts and stuff?
I definitely text in between sets, but hey. Still got pretty big, so.
I mean, you still have to rest, right? How much rest do you get between each set? Usually?
Maybe, I don't know, a minute and a half, 2 minutes, something like that. It's enough time to text Brandon back. So, yeah.
Yeah.
How much do you weigh, Brandon? What's your height and weight?
I'm at 5'10", 155.
On a good day.
On a good day.
We're gonna add that in there.
Actually, 165. Let's just say that.
How much do you actually weigh?
155.
On a good day still.
Yeah, on a good day.
When his belly full.
Yeah. After 3 scoops of Chipotle bean juice, he's 155. Soaking wet.
And pre-nuke time.
Yeah, before the bathroom, 155.
What about you, Dylan? What's your height?
I'm like 5'11", 175, 180, so So you got to get big in the gym.
Yeah, I gotta put more weight on. You know? Gotta be
Creatine, bro.
like this guy. Yeah, my dad's been yelling at me to take the creatine. Maybe I gotta start listening. Lock in, right?
Wait, let's see if he's actually 5'10". Should we check it?
With shoes on. With shoes on.
Yeah,
let's check it, bro. Stand up. Let's see it.
Hey, no.
You take the headset off.
I don't know, bro.
What are you? How tall are you?
I don't know.
How tall are you?
I don't know, bro. I'm like 5'11", a little bit over 5'10", so.
Oh.
I don't know, bro.
I said with shoes on. Okay, I said with shoes on. I promise you.
Some thick ass shoes, bro.
I promise you I'm 5'10" with shoes on, okay?
All right, we'll go with 5'10" for him, but whatever.
Okay. I mean, all heights are inflated now. Like,
I'm like 6'1". No, I'm just kidding.
Warner, there's no way that guy's 6 feet or whatever. He lists himself like 5'11", right?
I don't know.
That guy is
I think he
not
lists at 5'10".
5'11".
I think he lists at 5'10".
Still pretty inflated.
I'm listed at 5'11", so maybe like 5'10" and a half.
I mean, you list 6'2", okay?
Yeah.
Like,
No.
always put 6'2" on your pages,
Yeah, I should.
Is there anything else you think is important to talk about?
Like me?
Yeah.
I don't know. Honestly, I would say like never think you're on one path, because like I always thought I was gonna get recruited for baseball. I never like thought about football, like playing college football and stuff. And then I kind of like decided to play senior year instead of focusing on baseball, which like a lot of people like thought that wasn't a good choice, like my baseball coaches and stuff, because they said it was like a distraction. But now look at me, like I'm playing football in the Ivy Leagues, which is better than any like baseball I would have done. So it's like sometimes you got to just trust your gut and do what you think's best, and good things will come,
Could one of those coaches have maybe been Craig Parthamir?
Parth the go.
Okay. Anyways,
rest in
thank
peace,
you.
Parth.
Thank you.
All right, cool.
It's been a
Thank you
great
for having
episode.
me.
Thank you, Dylan. See you later.
Yeah.